the very last thing we're going to look at in this video tutorials is the actual user experience. So what kind of the experience the user who actually uses your website, your online e-commerce, is facing. So I'm here at my website, and this is fully developed website with the integrated PayPal option of the payment. In the video tutorials we went through a lot of settings and parameters and everything else, and one of those was actually how you would like your customers to order from your website. Now there are the options where they actually have to register and become a member of your online community, if you like, before they can actually purchase an item that's actually available on your website. The other option was there to actually just accept the orders from anyone, and basically I actually set up my settings in that way that I would like my customers to actually register before they can actually place an order. Now this is more secure way, as you will actually get more information about those people and they can actually come back and shop again, and you can send newsletters and everything else. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do now is create a new account for my customers. So I'm a customer visiting this web page, and the very first option I will have to do, the very first thing I will have to do is actually hit on this button, sign in. Alright, if I move a bit more down, I'll have two options: create an account and already registered. Like I've said, I'm creating a new account and I have to enter the information here. The very first information is the email address. After entering the email address, I will have this little tick and the actual text box will become green if it's a valid email address, and I can click on create an account after that. Now I have to enter some more information here, and this is the information I was talking about before, so the details here, and also the actual user that's creating this account has the option to sign up for the newsletter. So this is something good to keep in touch with your customers and to actually receive special offers from our partners. This is good. Like I said, the customer will actually be updated all the time, and you can also change this option here whether or not to have this at all, and that's done through actually setting up some of the options from the back end. Alright, so I'll go ahead and quickly fill in this information here. Okay, so my user Mr. Mike J will actually like to sign up for the newsletter and would like to receive special offers. After that, clicking on the register button would actually move me to these options here. So those are the options that the user can set up. So first of all, they can enter some address, they can actually view the order history, they can create some slips, they can view the addresses, the personal info, and the wish list. Okay, so at this point of time I have created an account. Also in the settings we have the option whether or not to send an email to this particular email address when an account has been created, and also there are some terms and conditions, and you can actually enable that as well. So before the account is created, the user would actually have to agree to some terms and conditions, and after that they will be sent an email which they have to confirm. Now I have not done that just to save on time, but that's just a normal procedure, like when you're basically signing up for anything, and this is not any different. Alright, I'll hit on the home button here and I'll be brought to my page. Okay, so let's go ahead now and let's buy some stuff. And actually what I'll do is I'll go to women's and let's go and look at some t-shirts. Also notice that here I have my cart which is currently empty. I also have my username here. Okay, so I'm Mike J. I have the option to sign out. I have the availability of two languages, English and French. Once again, this can be set up from the back office, and I have the availability to contact either the webmaster or the customer service through the email, and once again this is set up from the back office. Okay, so let's move a bit more down, and here I'll have some of the products. Okay, there is one of these shirts, so I have the option to either add to my cart or to actually hit on more, and if I do that a new page will open up with more information about this particular product. Alright, so there it is. I can actually read some information here. I can view a few more photos like so, and I can see how many items are in stock, and I have the quantity here which I would like to add from 1 to basically there is 299 items, so I can enter 299 here and purchase all of them. And I have the size as small, medium and large. Once again, this is set up from the back office, and I have the two colors which are this orange and this blue color. Okay, so once again this is set up from the back office as well. I have the availability to send this to a friend and to print it, and also I can actually write a review. Moving a bit more down, I'll find a bit more info about this particular item, and also take a note of this button here. As I have said, this is actually for the PayPal, and I have integrated into my online store the PayPal checkout, and therefore that's why this button is present here. Okay, so let's go ahead, and what I'll do is I'll click to this on this big button, add to the cart. A pop-up window will show up like this. On the left hand side there's some summary of what I'm actually buying, so and the information product successfully added to your shopping cart. Basically this is the faded short, this is the name of the actual product that I'm buying. I have the orange color, size is small, quantity is 1, and this is the total amount which is to be paid. On the right hand side I have the option to continue shopping or to proceed to the checkout. Alright, what I'll do is I'll hit on continue shopping, and now let's go into a different category, and let's for example find some of the blouses here, and for example this one here, and I can hit on add to the cart straight away. Once again the same thing will happen. I'll have some information about this particular product on the left hand side, and on the right hand side I have some information about the total order that I'm placing. Alright, so I have two items, and those are actually totaling to the $52.21. I have free shipping, and this is the total amount. Alright, let's go and continue shopping, and this time let's go for example into the dresses, and I'll go into casual dresses. Okay, I have one casual dress there, and I'll do exactly as I've done before. I'll click on add to the cart, and this time I'm not going to actually hit on continue shopping. I'm actually going to hit on proceed to the checkout. Alright, so I've actually finished with all of my orders. I actually finished with placing my orders, and now I'm ready to actually pay for this. Okay, so here I'll have a couple of the steps here, and first of all is the summary which is presented here. I have the login, the address, shipping and the payment method. Okay, this is the summary, as I have said, a list of all the products and some information, for example whether or not it's available, and you can see that it's all green and it's in stock. The price, the quantity, I can change the quantity here as well. So for example from 1 I can change to, let's say, 3. Then I have the total price there as well, and I have the option to actually delete this item altogether. So if I'm actually happy with how this is looking, I can hit on proceed to the checkout once again, or I can hit on continue shopping, which will bring me back to my main web page, the landing page, and I can actually put in an order for some other products as well. Okay, what I'll do is I'll hit on the proceed to the checkout. This now brings me to the second step here, which is actually the address. So some of the fields will actually be already filled in, and this is actually depending on how much information you have entered when you actually created the account. Alright, so I actually entered only the name. I have not entered the email, the address here, the zip code, the city and the country, the phone number as well. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll enter that information now. Alright, so once I have entered all the information, I can click on the save button here. Also, when all this information is entered, this will be populated on your account. So the information you have entered in previous step will actually be added to your account. Okay, here we have the two available addresses. In some cases those might be different or they might be the same, and basically you have the option here, choose a delivery address. So you can deliver to the address on the left hand side, which is the delivery address, or the billing address, which is on the right hand side. You have the option here to use the delivery address as the billing address if they're the same. Okay, so we'll leave that as it is, and you can actually enter a new address here if none of those addresses are actually where you would like your delivery to be made to. Okay, so that's this option here. Down the bottom you have the option to add some comments about the order. So basically, in a case that you're, for example, buying something that's fragile, you can actually write please take care when delivering, or actually you can enter some information here about the delivery time. So if you're working, and you might actually say during the weekdays please deliver this item between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. or do not deliver at during the work days at all, just deliver them during the weekend and stuff like that. Okay, so once we are done with that, we'll proceed to the checkout. We'll come to the shipping, and basically we only have one shipping method here that's actually real, so this one here, and I'll actually click on that one, and it's actually at €2.40. Terms and conditions, terms of service, I have to agree with that, and I can read the terms of service here. And once again, this can be changed through your back office, so change that and make sure that those actually serve their purpose. Once you're done with that, we'll actually hit on the big green button once again, and this will now take us to the last step, which is actually the payment option. Okay, so this is the total. Now we have a couple of the options here. There's the PayPal option which we can use, there's the pay by check and the bank wire. Those two are actually pre-installed when you actually install Prestashop, and this is the one I have added before. There's a module for the PayPal that you can use to actually integrate PayPal into your account. This would actually take me to the PayPal website where I would actually enter my username and my password, so I would actually log into my PayPal account, and after that the PayPal actually takes all the required steps to ensure that this particular person, which is called Mike J, has actually made a payment of this total amount for this particular products. Once that is done, you will receive a payment confirmation either as an email, or you will actually find some information in the back office of your website. Okay, so let's move to the back office quickly, and first of all you will find that there is an active shopping cart, one here in the last 30 minutes. And if you move a bit more down, you will find that there's a new customer and there's a new subscriber here as well. Okay, the information has not been updated here as for the sales orders and everything else, as it will take some time to actually for this to be populated. And like we said before, you can view this from many different points, so whether or not you would like to view it for a particular day, which is of course today, for whole month, year and whatnot. If you move all the way up here and click on this little icon, you'll find that there's a new customer here which is called Mike J. Okay, so this is how your customers would actually come to your website and place an order. Depending on the number of modules you have installed here, you'll have many different options available for your customers to make their payments. And of course, if you enter more shipping methods and couriers will be available in the previous steps. So that's basically in step number 4, this one here. You have the list of many different couriers, so maybe TNT and something like that would be available here. Okay, so we have actually seen our work in action, and we have actually seen how the customers would come and place an order on our online e-commerce store.